Thank you very much, Orna Merchant, for the travel there, and Dan Maudsley for the news. Gordon Smart here with 5 Live Sport. A very busy afternoon. It's half-time at the moment. Nottingham Forest leading 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. The game slightly delayed after a terrible crash of heads between Zach Abbott, the Nottingham Forest defender, and Jesse Derry making his debut, young 19-year-old player making his debut for Chelsea this afternoon. We will be back with Lee Blakeman and Mark Schwarzer shortly. Now, from 5:30pm, we will be heading north of the border to the Scottish capital. Hearts hosting Rangers at Tynecastle. It's a massive game for the Scottish Premiership title race, which is reaching boiling point. Our senior football reporter Ian Dennis will be commentating on this one, and he joins us now. Good afternoon, Ian.
Good afternoon, Gordon. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Great to have you on this afternoon. I know you've made the pilgrimage north a few times this season to test the temperature of the football north of the border, and it must have been good, Ian, for you to cover that and compare it to the football down south. How has it been for you as a commentator?
Well, indeed, the last time I was up doing it was between these two sides when they met at Valentine's weekend, and they served up an absolute treat at Ibrox, where Rangers beat Hearts by 4-2, but it was a thrilling game. It was frantic. It was played on a really wet afternoon in Glasgow. It was 2-2 at half time, and then Schmidt completed his hat-trick in the second half, and Rangers won by 4-2. But the significance, obviously, about today's game is the fact that I think it will determine whether it's going to be a 3-horse title race with 3 games left to play, or whether they're going to go down to just 2 in Hearts and Celtic. So the pressure's on Rangers to get the win, I think, at Tynecastle.
The permutations are fascinating. I've been trying to explain it to so many neutrals, Ian, but goal difference counts here as well, and these have been high-scoring ties between the two teams you'll see this afternoon. So I don't want to jinx it, but there's a lot at stake.
There is a lot at stake, yeah. You've got the best team with the best home record in the Scottish Premiership, Hearts, who are unbeaten in 22 games in all competition. They're looking to actually go undefeated in a league campaign for the first time since it switched to what would be a 38-game season in Scotland. And then you've got Rangers with the best away record, who had that really potentially damaging defeat at home to Motherwell, which was their first loss in 17 league games. So they're going to have to bounce back. So there's a lot riding on it. And in between, you've got Celtic, who are currently, with their win yesterday against Hibs, 4 goals inferior to Hearts on goal difference. So they'll be hoping that Rangers might be able to do them a favour, bearing in mind that you've got the Old Firm next weekend at Celtic Park, and then Celtic have still got to be at home to Hearts on the last day of the season, which could be an absolute classic on the 16th of May at Celtic Park, because that would, we saw that titanic clash between Rochdale and York in the National League, and then obviously in the top flight in England, you can recall Liverpool-Arsenal in 1989, but Hearts-Celtic could still be going toe-to-toe come that final day, so there's so much riding on it, and I think there'll be many twists and turns even before we get to that stage.
It's such a confusing time for football fans in Scotland, because yesterday Hibs fans might have wanted Celtic to win, and today, dare I say this, but Celtic fans might want Rangers to win today, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
Yeah, well, it is, because there's Rangers are 4 points behind, and I think a defeat would leave them 7 points adrift of Hearts with 3 to play. A draw, well, they'll be 4 off with 3 left. I do think that Rangers have got to win this game. But Hearts have been so strong at home. They're unbeaten at home in this season. They've won 15, they've drawn 5. It's going to be a really, really good game. And it's a lovely afternoon or early evening here in the Scottish capital. There's a lot of blue sky, the sun's shining. It's a sellout. It's eagerly awaited. It's going to be a cracking atmosphere, and I'm sure that we'll get an equally good game to boot too.
Set up perfectly, Ian Dennis. Really looking forward to hearing that this afternoon. Pat Nevin by your side for that game. Ian Dennis will be with us after the game at Stamford Bridge. Right now, though, let's get caught up on the snooker. Back at the Crucible, the Snooker World Championship final continues. It's been a difficult session for the young upstart Wu Yuza, but tell you what, the first frames have not gone his way, Jamie, have they?